What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sector for Nerds. I'm Ryan Brower, and today I'm here to talk about why I personally think that the Andor series is the worst Star Wars show of the Disney Plus era. But first, make sure you guys like or dislike this video should you choose, and subscribe to the channel. Also, head over to my second YouTube channel called Top 10 Character Moments, a place where I solely create top 10 videos of my favorite moments of some of my favorite characters. Make sure you guys subscribe, it's free and it really helps support my channel. So before we get into all the reasons why I don't like this show, I want to address a few things. I'm well aware that the majority of my Andor videos have been completely ratioed with more dislikes than likes. I'm also aware that there have been those who have unsubscribed from my channel because they don't like the things I have to say about Andor. I've seen a lot of comments as well over the past couple of weeks, and the biggest question I have is, when did it all of a sudden become a problem for people to have different opinions? When did it become a problem for me to express my dislike for something in what I feel has been done in a very respectful way? A few months ago, I made a video about She-Hulk, completely trashing on the show because I didn't like it. Within the first hour of the video being up, I took it down. Not because of my opinions, but because of the way I went about expressing those opinions. All this yelling and constant swearing and just being salty about everything, I knew it wasn't me. So I took the video down and apologized because I knew I was in the wrong. When it comes to my Andor videos, I know that I've done absolutely nothing wrong. I've talked about what I like regarding the show and what I don't like, and I've done it in a respectful manner. And I've always said, if you like the Andor show, more power to you. I never want to take away anyone's enjoyment from something, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I won't be honest about my feelings on that something. Not everyone thinks vanilla ice cream is better than chocolate. Not everyone thinks hot dogs are better than hamburgers, and not everyone thinks Andor is that great of a show. Everyone has different opinions, and that's a good thing. If everyone just liked and disliked the same things, then what's the point of anything? I'll conclude with this before we get into our main discussion point for the day. If you not agreeing with my opinions bothers you so much and you choose to stop watching my videos, fine. I'm not concerned with those people. I'm concerned about the people that have stuck by me since day one. I'm concerned with the people who watch my videos as an escape from whatever crap is going on in their daily lives. I'm concerned with the people that are willing to have civilized discussions with me about the things we like and don't like. Do you guys know how many people I chat with that can't stand the Bad Batch? Meanwhile, there's me who absolutely loves the show. Pretty much everyone in my inner circle that's watched that show. They've all had their valid criticisms of the show, and I respect that, but it's never taken away from my enjoyment of that show. So going forward, let's try to be a little more respectful of everyone's opinions. I don't think it's that hard, and for those who have been respectful with their comments and opinions, thank you. So all that being said, let's get into why I personally don't like the Andor series. First up, let's talk about the pacing. I've seen shows with slow pacing before, such as all of the Marvel Netflix shows. For some of the shows, I thought the pacing was good, while with others, I don't think it worked. For Andor, it felt like it was taking way too long for things to be accomplished. It took 3 episodes for Andor to get off-world. It took 3 episodes for them to finally get the heist done. And it took 4 episodes for Andor to get out of prison. If the episodes were Clone Wars or Rebels length, then maybe I'd understand it better, but these were ranging from 40 minutes to almost an hour. Maybe it's because I grew up with the Clone Wars and Rebels, so maybe I'm just used to the 22-minute format, but at the same time, Mandalorian had longer episodes, and it always felt like way more was accomplished there than it was here. There were several episodes in this show where I felt so bored I fell asleep watching them. That's never happened with any other Star Wars show before. I'm always excited for the latest Star Wars movie or TV episode, but every week when it came time for Andor, I just started dreading it. especially the longer it went on. Now, there were a few decent to good episodes, of course. I really enjoyed the prison escape episode, probably my favorite of the series, but the amount of time it took us to get there was atrocious in my opinion. And I've seen people say, oh, well, the longer episodes and slower pace help carry everything over into the following episode. Like, because there's no time jumps and it's one big continuous story, that's the only way to do good character development. And with all due respect, I completely disagree with that sentiment. When it comes to episodes of the Clone Wars, yeah, everything may not carry over into the next episode, and there are definitely time jumps, but the more episodes we got with characters like Anakin, Ahsoka, and Rex, the more we become invested in them, just by us going on adventures with them. And maybe part of the issue is characters like Anakin, Ahsoka, and Rex are more interesting to me than Andor. I mean, the Andor series is a spin-off of a spin-off. It's like scraping the bottom of the barrel. Why can't we get Old Republic shows? To me, that feels like that should be the main focus besides the Mandoverse at this point. The next thing I want to talk about, one of the more popular comments that I've seen around social media regarding this show, and that's that people are mad because there's no Force and no lightsabers. Did this show need lightsabers? No, it didn't. Did it need the Force in some aspects? Absolutely it did. The Force should be present in everything involving Star Wars. Dave Filoni himself once said, the Force is the core of Star Wars.
The Force is the core of Star Wars.
It's about the Force, it's about commitment, it's about love. If the Force isn't involved one way or another in a Star Wars project, then what is Star Wars? What makes it different from any other movie or television franchise on the planet? I'm not saying the Force is the only thing that makes Star Wars, but it is a big component of it. In the same respect, I do enjoy lightsabers, so when lightsabers are involved, yeah, I get excited. Lightsabers have always been one of the coolest things in Star Wars to me, especially growing up as a kid. Another thing that separates Star Wars from everything else. Now again, I don't think this show necessarily needed sabers, but there should have been some references to the Force like with Chirrut in Rogue One. I've said on a consistent basis that this show doesn't feel like Star Wars to me. The Force not being involved is one of those things. Another factor is how much the blasters looked like guns. Like watching those episodes leading up to the heist, it felt like they were on Earth. I shouldn't feel like I'm on Earth when I'm watching Star Wars. I should feel like I'm in a galaxy far, far away. I'm sure people will get just as triggered about me talking about blasters as much as they get triggered by other content creators talking about bricks. Everyone has their own opinions, get over it. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap us up for today. I'm done talking about Andor. I don't plan on making any more videos about the show until Season 2, which I think there is still a chance for Season 2 to be halfway decent, especially with all the time jumps that are gonna be planned in that show. You know how with Season 1, they were all 3-episode arcs and they all just kept going back to back to back, but with Season 2, there's gonna be time jumps in there, so hopefully the pacing will be a little bit more my taste in that season. One can only hope, or I guess I can only hope. But like I said, I'm ready to move on from Andor Season 1. I'm ready to move into other shows such as Bad Batch Season 2, Mando Season 3, Ahsoka, Acolyte, etc. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Also, head over to Top 10 Character Moments and subscribe there as well. And I will see you guys next time.